Hey guys, it's your boy Kenny Boulder with another Pokemon video, and today we're going to be discussing about people panic selling. So, it is kind of well known that people are using Facebook Marketplace as a way to make money, to flip cards, and obviously there's a lot of funny, crazy stories that come around with this, and I have a couple stories to share, all from the Pokemon TCG subreddits. So, our first one is this set was released 3 months ago. ... So this is from 8 hours ago. And I'm going to take this screenshot right here. So this is from Central Florida Collectors Buy, Sell, and Trade, Pokemon, Sports Cards, etc. and more. 34 minutes ago. 10 ETBs, 14 booster bundles, 9 X 3-pack blisters. Hobby is not the same anymore. Getting rid of my personal steel collection. Kiss Me / what I don't know what that is. Point Casina. And they just listed all their Pokemon cards. Again, Destined Rivals, booster bundles, from tri-blister packs. And again, it's just ironic. Hobby is not the same anymore. Getting rid of my personal collection. This is not a personal collection. This is a scalper collection. This is stuff that they are not able to sell on the Facebook Marketplace, and they're having a hard time flipping because a lot of folks are not really buying the Destined Rivals ETBs, and there's just a lot of product that people don't really want. So, again, this guy is bag holding because what happened is that usually someone buys a bunch of Pokemon cards. They're trying to flip it, they're trying to resell it, and they find out that, classic fuck around, find out situation where you're not able to basically flip and make money as quickly as you could. So now you're basically panic selling because, in my opinion, this is near the end of the month. Credit card debt is going on. And, the hobby's so hard right now. I just don't want to, it doesn't give me joy. This guy is 100% a scalper. What kind of person buys 10 ETBs? Why? It makes no sense. 14 booster bundles. Like, that's over hundreds of dollars worth of Pokemon cards already. And that makes 0 sense to me. So seeing this post just makes me laugh because scalpers are desperate people. They are. They want to make money and they're trying to flip it off right now. And again, this set was released 3 months ago. Exactly. This stuff has been out for less than a year. And suddenly, man, the hobby's not the same, man. It sucks. And of course, the comments are, real person prized Pokemon collection he had possessed for less than 24 hours. Almost bad as those clowns that post pictures from their car. Exactly. Hobby isn't the same anymore, said the guy that hasn't collected cards in 20 years. I mean, exactly. These comments, they resonate with me, man. Hope he sits on these forever and is reminded how dumb he is every time he sees them. Burley said personal collection then shows that he looks like a Walmart stock room. That's enough product to supply half of Orlando. Personal collection proceeds to show multiple Destined Rivals ETBs and bundles. Oh, and yeah, I mean this is what a personal collection would look like. This is what you should be, if you're selling this, that's a personal collection. That's what a personal collection would look like. This is a sealed collection I can respect. This is a fucking joke. This is what a scalper does. Buys out Walmart, Targets, and then they feel like, oh man, it's really hard to buy Pokemon cards right now. The second story I saw that I want to discuss is from another Pokemon TCG post is, in other words, the credit card is due and he's panicking. This is from Pokemon Buy Sell UK. So here's this screenshot right here. Hi all. Selling all my sealed Prismatic Evolutions items. So I've stupidly dislocated my collarbone, pick included for your enjoyment, smiling sad emoji. I was planning on ripping them, but thanks to surgery I can't open packs for the next few weeks. Sad times indeed. Sad face. The missus has put her foot down since we already got these, plus Black Flare and White Bulb piled up in the spare room waiting to be opened. With more on the way once the Mega drops long before I'll be properly healed. What's included is 4 ETBs and booster bundle sets, 3 booster bundles, 2 SPCs. Price together is £11,110, just under market value, ideally selling as a bundle altogether. Also available, just adding more, is Journey Together ETBs, £55, Destined Rivals ETB, £85, Comment any question and offers. Serious buyers only. No time wasters, please. Collection only from near Chester as I can't drive at the moment. Sorry. So using personal injuries is kind of, for me, kind of like the most easy way to like, it just validates, it just makes you, it feels like an excuse to scalp. And what makes me interesting about this situation is that a lot of these items here, mostly, these ETBs with packs, this stuff came out less than a month ago. And so this guy's been sitting and holding the Pokemon cards for a while. And I don't understand, when you break a collarbone, why you can't suddenly start ripping cards, Like, for me, that's just kind of like a weird thing to say. Like, hey guys, I broke my collarbone and I can't rip cards anymore. So I need to sell my cards at market. And ideally, I want to sell all of them in a whole lot. Like, that is 1,000 pounds. That's a lot of cheddar for all this money. And I don't know. This seal collection does not seem like a seal collection. It seems more like a scalper collection. And so, for me, the reality is that I feel like a lot of folks have, and I've talked about this before, a seal collection is cool if you rip it. But if you have a seal collection to sell it and eventually resell, I think you're no better than scalpers. And that's my hot take, because then you see these people here going online selling stuff that came out this year. And it's like, why didn't you save that money? Well, why didn't you just not buy shit? And now you're clowning on me by saying, oh guys, I need this cash right now, and I need to flip this right now, and please help me out, and I'll sell it under the market. And it's not really under market. It really isn't. I mean, I want to say some of these prices here are kind of not reasonable, just because it is kind of like, I don't know. It's just wild for me to see, because I don't know. Like if you didn't want to spend the money, then why did you fucking buy the cards in the first place? Why did you have 4 ETB booster bundle sets, 2 SPCs, and a bunch of ETBs for Destined Rivals entering together? Like, you're not a collector. You're just a scalper at that point. And yeah, some folks are going to be like, Kenny Boulder, this guy is a Pokemon investor. He's investing in Pokemon cards. And I'm like, yo, my beef with Pokemon investors is that you're basically scalpers who just wait a little bit longer than other actual scalpers. And this is stuff that came out, again, this came out less than, I would say, 65 days ago. So you're telling me this guy went in, bought, like, what, 5 of these booster bundles from Costco, and then suddenly is like, oh yeah guys, I broke my collarbone, I can't rip packs anymore, and I need to, sell some Pokemon cards to because my collarbone is broken. I mean, at least, like, some folks will be like, yeah, things are tough, I gotta sell my steel collection, whatever. But I think it's kind of funny that he's like, I put my picture of my broken collarbone to get some sympathy, because I'm trying to basically recover. And I love the title. In other words, the credit card is due and he's panicking. What's the most ridiculous reason you've ever seen someone selling for their steel collection from their personal collection? And again, this is the first comment, exactly. Why wouldn't you be able to rip with a broken collarbone? Or that your missus is to open them for you, that's that difficult and you can't open them. I mean, it's just, this story does not add up, and it's really goofy. And it's kind of funny that, again, the scalpers will go through so many mental, like, hoops to really, like, validate and make you say, oh, well, maybe this guy's not a scalper. Maybe he has some issues. And, he's down on his times. And the reality is that it's just insane. Like, these are crazy excuses to rationalize scalpers and try to basically pitch Facebook marketplace buyers. So, is this a new trend? Concoctioning progressively more elaborate and factual backstories to why they're selling product. This has to be a kink, dude. I mean, exactly. They're just making shit up, dude. COTA here. This location of your collarbone does not prevent you from ripping packs. I mean, yeah. Human with a brain here, and I had the same diagnosis. I mean, exactly. He didn't realize what a 20% 0.99% interest rate meant. You can tell he's in it for the money and not a real collector when he doesn't even know the names of the sets. Imagine breaking your collarbone to cover your credit card bills. White Bolt and Black Flare, never heard of those sets. Guy gathered products since Prismatic Evolutions, but can't wait a few weeks to rip all his shit. That doesn't add up. Why even bother pretending he's no scalper? Markets will remain irrational longer than you can remain solving it. Well, it's starting to happen. Give it another 6 months or so. The greed is insane. To sell above MSRP is crazy. Black Flare and White Bolt Lamau, I swear they don't even try. I mean, exactly. He doesn't even know the sets, and I read that. And maybe I'm being a goofball because I didn't realize that until just now. So, you know, hats off to the Reddit commenters here for exposing this clown. So these stories just kind of gather, and the whole premise is that scalpers will find dumb ways to flip and resell Pokemon cards. And it gets infuriating, it is silly, and end of the day, it's kind of cringe that we are seeing scalpers basically panic sell Pokemon cards on Facebook Marketplace. And so, you know, these screenshots capture a story. And the story is that people are dumb enough to buy all the stuff. And then they know, and it's obvious. Everyone knows that scalpers are bad. Everyone hates a reseller right now because it doesn't make sense. Like, a lot of people I know, I see on Facebook Marketplace, they always put the laughing emoji when they see a new person like that's not been on the subreddit or on the Facebook group for longer than like a month. They show up and they're now trying to flip and sell everything near the end of the month. And so it's just like embarrassing, it's silly, and a lot of this is super like, it's just dumb. And so when I think of Pokemon investors, when I think of people who are trying to make money by keeping things long term, the reality is that you look like a hoarder, and then when you are unfortunately out of cash or liquidity, you have to sell your stuff, and you have to sell it pretty quickly. And most of the time, people are not going to pay $1,000 for Pokemon cards. No one in their right mind, besides other scalpers, in my opinion, would be like able to drop like $2,000 or $3,000 in these massive purchases. So you end up just holding and hoarding stuff for a while, and that's called bag holding. So you're bag holding stuff you bought early this year, and suddenly, you know, like, oh, my collarbone, it's broken. Oh no, it's like, it's so silly, and I just think it's an insane situation. So the reality is that people are panic selling. I think people are waking up. Maybe this is a good sign of the times. But unfortunately, I've been covering a lot of stories where people just keep buying everything and buying all this shit. I just don't know who keeps buying this stuff. I really don't. I feel like most Pokemon fans are like either leaving the hobby, or they're waiting, or they're just like watching from the sidelines. For me, I'm kind of watching the sidelines right now, just like keeping an eye on the pulse on things. But a lot of people are still like buying scalper prices. I'm sure these guys got hundreds of DMs, messages, tried to haggle, and they might have found a buyer. I don't know, because I'm not in these conversations. But I can speculate and say, like, they probably had people hit them up, and they probably got lowballed like crazy until someone was like, oh, well, you know, I'll come to you since you can't really drive, and I'll, you know, pick up the cards from you. So I think this is one of those times where it's just silly, it's stupid. So I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. We hit 7,500 subscribers recently. So now it's off to 8,000 subscribers, and I really appreciate your support. Got a lot of views for the past few days, and I really appreciate your support, guys. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, and comment. And of course, I really appreciate you guys checking out my videos, and I look forward to seeing more stuff. If you have stories that you want me to cover, please DM me or email me at thekennyboulder@gmail.com. So I appreciate you guys checking out this video. Have a great day and be safe out there.